Can the San Diego Padres still add starting pitching even while it's now time to scrape the bottom of the barrel? As well as, can they add a fourth outfielder to the mix to help them win a World Series? How's it going, everyone? My name's FamedFriar. Welcome back to another episode of Padres Rumors, where today we discuss all the rumors, all the mixes, all the news regarding the San Diego Padres and everything that AJ Preller and company are currently working on. If you are yet to hit that subscribe button, I highly recommend you guys do so, as I post daily content regarding the San Diego Padres, and like this video as well. Let's discuss what's going on. A source close to me has said the Padres are currently trying to make a trade with the Miami Marlins for starting pitcher Pablo Lopez. If you have not seen my video where I talked about the Marlins starting pitching, I highly recommend you check that out. But let's talk about a little bit about Pablo Lopez. Pablo Lopez just came off of a year where he had a 10-10 record, 3.75 ERA, 180 innings pitched, 174 strikeouts, 1.167 whip. This year was one of his better career years. He had an extremely good April and kind of cooled down from there. He's also coming off of a year in 2021 where he only threw 102 innings, but he did have a 3.07 ERA and 20 starts. So he's officially a major league ready pitcher. He's pitched 180 innings. It's kind of my guideline for most starting pitchers. If you pitch 180 innings, you are officially major league ready. Is he a good ad? Yes. Do I have an idea of what it would take to get him? Yes, I do, but here's a very interesting quote when I was reading back a Dennis Lin article regarding the Padres. Dennis Lin had this to say: some rival clubs that have spoken with the Padres believe the team is more than open to trading Trent Grisham. A new teammate, meanwhile, is already expressing confidence in the center fielder. That new teammate is Matt Carpenter. Him and Matt Carpenter are buddies. But the most interesting part is they're more than willing to trade away Trent Grisham. They see Trent Grisham as expendable. So you can get Pablo Lopez if you have Trent Grisham plus, and that's a deal you can make. It's a very, very interesting deal, but it's a deal you can make indeed. On the last 24 hours, we have seen Corey Kluber and Nate Eovaldi both go off the board, both guys that the Padres could benefit from using, leaving the starting pitching market pretty bare, and by bare I mean Johnny Cueto and probably Michael Wacha. We do not really have any connections to Michael Wacha, but we do with Johnny Cueto. Just a week ago, we were talking about Johnny Cueto on Christmas Eve, and I thought that Mr. AJ Preller and Pete Seiler were going to come down the chimney and deliver us a Johnny Cueto or a Nate Eovaldi. That's yet to happen, but it's still possible with Johnny Cueto, of course. Let's talk a little bit about Johnny Cueto. I've been over the numbers many, many times. Solid pitcher, veteran presence. Now, here's where things get interesting. Johnny Cueto had a very similar year to Pablo Lopez. These are both guys that we're interested in. So I posted a tweet comparing the stats. I will show you this tweet right now. The tweet says Johnny Cueto pitched 158.1 innings. Johnny Cueto was called up in June, by the way. If you guys did not know that, he was on a minor league contract. 3.35 ERA, 3.79 FIP, 2.4 FWAR. Now Pablo Lopez this year, 180 innings pitched, 3.75 ERA, 3.71 FIP, 2.8 FWAR. Very comparable stats. Very similar stats, stat-wise. Now, this is where things get even more interesting. Would you rather go the route of paying $10, $11 million for Johnny Cueto, or would you rather trade away some pieces and get a more controllable, younger Pablo Lopez? Comment down below which one you guys would rather do. I'm very interested for your opinion on this matter. I do have some inside info regarding Chris Sale. The possibility of Chris Sale is highly unlikely that they move them at this current moment, because Chaim Bloom believes that Chris Sale is a guy that's not going to be used as a salary dump like I thought he was going to be, but rather something that they're willing to eat his salary to get a good return, which means they're officially heading for a rebuild. I'm guessing they're going to try to center their rebuild around Rafael Devers. They still haven't extended him. I don't know. We're not talking Red Sox baseball. We're talking Padres baseball. Can Chris Sale be acquirable? Yes. If he is getting paid his contract by the Red Sox, am I interested? 100%. The guy has never been healthy since 2019, to be completely honest. But when he's on the field, is he special? He's one of the best pitchers in the league, arguably one of the best lefties of all time when he's healthy. Definitely the most dominant. He's up there for sure. Very, very interesting piece to keep your eye on. Someone for sure that AJ Preller's definitely checked in on. Now we're getting to the second part of this video in the rumor mill, and that's the outfield. The Padres are looking to still add another outfielder, as it's very clear, because if you take Trent Grisham out of the situation, even if you put Tatis in come his return, you still have an issue. You still have Jose Zocar. You don't really have that third outfielder, that dominant third outfielder. Tatis can play center, And that's where you enter Jurikson Profar back into the conversation. Jurikson Profar has not had the market he's been looking for. He has not gotten what he's looking for. I think Profar's solid, and I'm willing to bring him back. Personally, I would rather get an AJ Pollock. I was really high on Michael Conforto, but Michael Conforto is now off the board, so it makes it a little more difficult. But I could see Profar kind of heating up, and the conversation's going to get more lively on social media and in the articles. Of course, I think there's a very good chance we'll start hearing about a possible Jurikson Profar return. The one thing I will say is Scott Boras and Pete Seidler are best friends, and Jurikson Profar's, he's a Scott Boras guy. And we signed our big Scott Boras free agent, so now it's time for the free throw-in, quote-unquote. Your buy one, get one sort of situation. Not that it's going to come at a discount. Scott Boras doesn't really do discounts, but it'll do a favor, if that makes sense. We did just give his star shortstop, Xander Bogaerts, $280 million, so I'm pretty sure he's confident in giving us a little money off to land a player like Jurikson Profar. The last piece of news I do have is the Padres are still looking at extending Yu Darvish. This is still a conversation point. It's very, very interesting stuff, but also there's no news on a Snell extension. There's no news on us currently signing a guy, and there's a lot of trust in the organization in Jay Groom, Adrian Morahone, and Ryan Weathers to bounce back at some point and be a 6-7 starter. So I don't know where Seth Lugo really fits in that conversation. Same with Nick Martinez. But very, very interesting stuff. That is going to wrap up the Padres news rumor day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I got some news and some scoops to keep you in the loop. If I did, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button. I'll see you guys all in the video very, very soon. Peace.
Yes. 305 to the 619, baby. Let's go. Let's go, San Diego. Live that shit up, San Diego. Let's fucking go. Woo! It's our fucking house.
Hey.
It's our house right here, baby. Let's go.